nothing. A kid with lead poisoning presents with nothing. We have to screen. We have to check.
There are no real signs of lead poisoning, but as time goes by and the children of Flint get older, the exposed kids can get anemia, have slowed bone growth, loss of their developmental skills, and many other terrifying repercussions.
Lead, it is the most damning thing you can do to a kid. It affects their entire life course trajectory. It lowers their IQ. It creates behavior problems. It decreases their lifetime earnings. It's bad.
Not knowing if your child has ingested or how much lead is scary, but there is a simple way to get them tested.
So if a parent is concerned and they live in the city of Flint, go to your doctor. Check, ask to get the blood level checked.
Infants are at an even higher risk because they aren't screened until a specific age. The number of kids affected could be much larger than anyone realizes, and that means that many more kids who are screened after their levels have dropped will be affected by this water.
These results underestimate the potential risk. We do not screen infants for lead.
Months had passed from when the lead was first discovered to when it became an issue, and homes are not the only places that have been affected. Through this time span, 5,400 kids have been using and drinking this lead-poisoned water while they're at school.
Then we also do a lot of work with smaller children in Flint, my husband and I, through our church, and when I look at their faces every week, a lot of them are already struggling with learning disabilities, and then to heap lead on top of them, it's just a very sad thing.
Eisenhower and Freeman Elementary, as well as Brownwell STEM Academies, were the schools with the most elevated levels in the Flint area. They are located in the zip codes with the highest water lead levels in Flint. Freeman Elementary had tested over 6 times the federal limit. After these findings, the state called an emergency for students to get their blood tested.
We noticed even more striking results there. Before the switch, the percentage of kids with elevated blood levels was 2.5%, and after the switch, it was 6.3%.
Well, the realization of increased lead exposure and a rise in the number of children with elevated blood lead levels was devastating for our community.
These results shocked the public and sparked the government's plan of action.
I could hardly sleep knowing that our youngest and most vulnerable children could be at greater risk.
Our utmost priority at the State of Michigan, at the Department of Health and Human Services, is to prevent lead poisoning in children, and we are going down that path today.
Home. It's the place you feel safest at, no matter what happens. But for people living in Flint, this is no longer the case. Seda Brandt and her 2-year-old daughter Vanna know this all too well.
It makes me kind of scared because you're supposed to be able to trust the water that you drink, but I don't know, the state let us down.
Like many other concerned parents, she got her daughter tested soon after the lead announcement was made.
She's fine. We haven't been drinking the water at all since August of last year.
For a young child, routine is everything, and the water crisis has forced them to change theirs.
We don't brush our teeth at the bathroom sink. We brush them at the kitchen sink because that's where our filter is.
Not only does she have to worry about this change in their schedule, she now has to worry about their new financial burden that has been imposed on them to try to manage this problem.
Well, I have to pay for my water now, and the cooler costs me, I don't know, $80, and it costs me like $8 every time to fill it up, and we drink water all the time.
Just like many others in Flint, Seda feels that even after the switchback, the water will still be contaminated.
Well, the only way that's going to get fixed is if they fix the pipes at this point, because they've already corroded the pipes away so badly that there's lead going to be in our water regardless.
For now, Seda and the rest of Flint remain on a daily search for clean water.